here's our Mace circuit for this week. So we're going to go 40 seconds on, 20 seconds off for 5 different exercises. And in order to make this simpler, for the whole round, so for all 5 exercises, do it with the Mace on the right side, with the exception of the last exercise, which we'll be switching. And then the next time around, do everything with the Mace starting on the left side. So our first move is going to be our Mace swing. So we're going to grab hold, and the bottom hand, where that finger is pointing, is the direction the bell should go as we swing it. So we're going to start by bringing it to our right, and all of our swings are going to be to the right for this workout. So we're going to go over, down, and back. Over, pull it, and back. And remember, we're thinking about a plank position. So our core stays tight, our glutes tighten up as the Mace swings around us. And we're trying to make it fluid. We're not letting that bell pull us from side to side. We're staying tight right at the right moment. Using our lats to pull it in. Next, we have a squat press out with an overhead press. So we're going to think about keeping our body tall, our shoulders are back and down, and as we squat down, we're going to press the weight out, and we're just squatting deep enough that we're about 90 degrees, so we're not collapsing all the way down to the bottom. Good stable position, shoulders away from our ears, lats are active. Another way to think about that is to bend the bar as you push it away from you. So down, pull it back with our back muscles, press it overhead, pull it like a pull-up back to us, and down. This one's going to be challenging for the shoulders, and you're going to be tempted as you get tired for those shoulders to hike, and your traps and your neck are going to try to hold the weight up. So bend the bar, keep the lats active, keep your elbow pits pointed up to the sky. Good. Keeping everything on the right side of our body for this round. We're going to quickly hop down to the floor. Bring our heels close in towards us, about shoulder width apart. We're going to drive our hips up and then just lock the glutes in place. Keep the glutes active, keep the core tight, extend that overhead, and then walk your hands until they're pretty close together. They can just be maybe a thumb's length apart. And then we're just going to lower that bar down to our eyebrows and press back up. So notice how my elbows are not moving. They're staying in one position. I'm keeping my glutes tight, keeping my abs tight, and then trying to get just a good tricep burn out of this. And the harder, or the more you move the weight away from your hand, the harder it's going to be on your tricep. So if you're close to the bell and this is feeling really easy, not really fatiguing your tricep here, inch away. This is a 2-parter, so we have a row with a hinge movement pattern. So again, the closer your hand is to the bell, the easier that's going to be. I suggest having it off to the side. That's going to be a good challenge. So the first move we're going to do is we're going to bow. So our shoulders are going to be back and down. We're going to point our hips back, bow forward, and slide that bar along our legs. So we're not keeping it out front. It stays in close and our back stays flat. This is putting a tension on my hamstrings and my glutes, and you should feel that. They should be stretched like a spring, ready to stand back up. Before we do, we're going to squeeze our shoulder blades together and pull the bar to our belly button. So once it's at our belly button, we're going to keep our shoulder blades squeezed together. We're going to drive through the floor to the top, and then we're going to bow back down until we feel that tension in our hamstrings, and we're going to release the row. Pull it back up, drive up, bow, bring it back, I like to inhale as I'm standing up. Exhale down, exhale back. Inhale. Shoot a couple here. This isn't necessarily a heavy exercise, so you want to make sure you're doing it at a speed and with the intention of really feeling the hamstrings and glutes fire. So you can kind of go through the motions with this, or you can really reach back with your hips. Put the tension there, squeeze the shoulder blades as hard as you can, stand up with it, and bring it back. Ready? This last exercise is the pivot, and this is the only one that we're going to be changing hands this week from side to side. So we're going to start in this racked position. So that means the bar is up by our chest, our shoulder blades are squeezing together down and back, giving us a nice shelf here. We're going to start by just pulling that bar apart, trying to squeeze and pull the bar. We're going to bring the bell down low, pivot away, and then show your muscles like Arnold at the top. Bring it back all the way up. That top hand goes down, the bottom hand reaches up, thumb faces the floor. We're gonna pull it actively into that racked position, and then we're gonna pivot again. Here, back through, up, and switch. Pull it, rotate, tight abs, strong back, strong arms. Pivot it back through, all the way up, and repeat. Pull it to you, pivot that foot, keep the core tight, bring it back around, and finish. So again, these are 5 exercises. We're gonna work for about 40 seconds, and then you can take about 20 seconds to switch to the next one. And then once you complete all 5 with the bell on the right, take a little break, and then start again with the bell on the left. So that means our finger's gonna point to the left now. We switched our grip. We're gonna bring it around here. We're gonna bring it out and up. We're gonna go down here, bridge up, bring our hands close together, descend to the eyebrows, and press back up. Here, you're gonna give me a cool rocking crouch back to the top. We're going to hinge, tight hamstrings, row, stand, bow, bring it back, and lastly, we're gonna do our pivots. So we're gonna start here, pivot, bring it around, and pull it to you, pivot, and done. All right, you can do this at least once on each side, but if you're really feeling it, take a minute or 2 between the rounds and try to get 2 or 3 rounds on each side. Good luck.